Good morning. From the two presentations at the beginning, you have the frame of this current session. Let me We didn't follow the ladies first because this lady is part of the sector. I am journalist. I am here. I just present here, and I'm trying to come to the conclusions, to transfer the conclusions to the introduction of Mr. Balakakis and Mr. Kouretas. We come to the conclusion that we have to have a discussion around the problem and a discussion as far as the creative composition. It sounds easy, but it's not. We're going to try to come up to this. I'm trying to reach the first. You're very lucky, those who are in the hall. I think that there is a special issue. It's very inclusive, this issue. We have to speak for the primary sector, the tourism. We have heard a lot of good things for Thessaly. And when Thessaly is viewed from the center of the events, Athens, we risk to see Thessaly as a black hole. So we give all the responsibilities to the center of the decisions. So we need to present Thessaly as a compact phenomenon. As far as the resources is concerned, with the traditional way, from the European Fund, the European Bank, and from George Pontikas, who is the CEO of and Managing Director of Sertega Elas. So Sertega Elas also took the reimbursement of the sector. And finally, of Mr. Prosdikidis, Managing Director of Helexpo, of TIF Helexpo, who actually takes care of the opening abroad, not as a matter of fact, but as a vision. So the floor is there. Good afternoon. Welcome, all the speakers. Thank you very much for the hospitality. Before giving the floor to Mr. Pontikas, I would like to tell you, the speakers off microphone, that agriculture, the culture of agrobusiness, as a matter of fact, how important Greece was as far as the climate situation was obvious up until the 1960s, especially at Syros and Ierapetra. There is a problem with the microphones. So, especially at Syros and Ierapetra, were created the first crop agriculture, especially at Syros and then at Ierapetra. And although the lack of water, we had all this evolution of Crete and also of the microclimate. So we thought at the beginning that this would support the agribusiness tissue, but nowadays this hasn't happened. So, Mr. Pondikas, I would like to listen the most important issues that struggle the agribusiness sector. Good afternoon. We haven't talked about this before, but I wanted to start like that. We have very few minutes. I give you 5 minutes, Mr. Pondikas. I'm 36 years, and it's a trip, a wonderful trip for the agribusiness in Greece. And my feelings after these 36 years are that I am more than disappointed than from a sector that should be a pillar for the financial situation in Greece, and we are left behind. It's a sector that gives 10 to 12 billion of euros, and actually it is one-fourth of Greek economy, Greek GDP. So those who actually take the decisions don't approach the right way the aims and the goals toward which Greece should move. We have to take care of this issue. The governor also, the vice governor also said that we have to deal with the social agricultural tissue in Greece. I can't imagine that the farmers will be simply the personnel, there will be simply the employees. We have to deal with this, we have to tackle with this problem, especially in Thessaly. We are going through a very serious year, and probably we are going to have the second, and if the third will be a real problem. We have the farmer that the average age is more or less 60 years old. The education level, according to the Anaeosis research, is 0.6%, and the European countries are more or less to 10.15%, and we should level it up. We have to come into the digital era. This cannot happen out of the blue. We cannot come into the green era. Unfortunately, we don't even have the technology. It's not only a Greek issue. We live in Greece, we live in an international level. And just I'm wondering why we have all this reimbursement, 2 billion euros per year. Where all this money is going? We have done something wrong. We have to deal with this. Our producer is strickled with, although we don't have the farmer cannot see the things that create the great cost. The subsidies don't exist. So all these make the cost. All the pesticides are illegal. So we ruin the quality. So we ruin the quality of our dishes, let's say, of our nutrition. So if we need to support this farmer, we need to help them to become a professional, to emerge. So we should change these numbers because our producer, it's our fault that our producers, our farmers are in this situation. So these eco skills, the situation is a blur. We ask them to make the optimum combination, and they ask actually to take the income from CAP. It's not the situation of our farmers. We don't want this for our producers. In order to enter to the green era, we should help the farmers. If I could change the world, OPKP, organization, production, education, community, quality, and professionalism. This is what we need. It's a play with the Greek letters of OPKP. Thank you very much. The speaker is off microphone. Thank you very much. You were pretty clear. You were very to the point. Thank you very much. The speaker is off microphone, so the interpreters cannot hear. Mrs. Adhamopoulou, you are the Vice Governor of Tourism Region of Thessaly. You come from Peloponnesos, so I think that Thessaly, I come from Peloponnesos, and I think that Thessaly is pretty beautiful. And it creates the 50% of the GDP. Do you think that these two things, the fact that it's very beautiful and produces, that Thessaly can stand to these two pillars, agriculture and tourism? So we have tourism, we have lost production. For example, Sklavenitis in Crete takes imports actually tomatoes from Holland. So do you believe that we can combine these two pillars? Thank you very much. Good afternoon. You are right. Crete, people there are more than everyone attached to tourism. So agri-production doesn't bring very good results. So Thessaly is one of the most microculture, our food, our products, their special smell, and we have to, the people of Thessaly, we should love our region. So tourists come in Thessaly, and once they come, they want to return, to come back. So we have global spots, actually, just like Meteora and Olibos, our food, our culture, our local culture. So all these things create the necessary expectations in order for Thessaly to exist in the international tourist map. For this reason, we participate in exhibitions abroad, and we try, and it's a very important effort. And please come to our exhibitions. We need more and more professionals. We need the farmers from Thessaly. We need them to join us in order to export the Thessaly product abroad. So we come in contact in these exhibitions with tour operators, with tourism specialists, and we introduce Thessaly everywhere. We introduce the food, the regions, the nature, and it's very important because, firstly, we meet collaborations directly with the visitors and the tour operators. And the second is that gradually Thessaly becomes a serious member to the international tourist map as a destination, as an authentic destination with high quality products. You have some more time? No, I don't need it. So we have time, so I would like to ask Mr. Tsetsilas, who is the Vice Governor of Primary Sector of region of Thessaly, in order to achieve these in order for the primary sector to become a more extrovert, we need some requirements. We need to meet some requirements. So, from your role as a Vice Governor of Primary Sector, I would like to ask this question. What are the guarantees, what are the tools, what are the ways in order to achieve this goal and to collaborate along with the primary sector and to achieve this, to become a more extrovert? Thank you very much for your question.
To thank Mr. Balakakis for choosing Larissa to organize this edition of AgriBusiness. Now, to come back to your question, Mr. Papagiannidis, we have excellent products and produce. We have Olympus, Kesavos, mountains, and we have wonderful products. However, those products should be certified in order to be able to have it as a guarantee to the international markets. That can be achieved only in one way, by doing our products of protected origin as protected origin products. We have the region of Thessaly has got an initiative to certify 22 products, but from 2002 and later on we have done nothing else for new products. However, if we want to be competitive, we should do that. We should work towards this direction. We have submitted 12 new proposals for products with a protection of origin, such as chestnuts, pears, apples. Very important products. Now we are in the middle of this process, and we believe that next year, from those 12 products, half of them or some of them should be certified. We need this certification of the protected designations of origins and with protected geographical indications. And apart from those 12 products, we work together with the University of Athens with Mr. Hartounias, and there are 8 more products to go. So from 22 products plus 12 plus those 8 products, if we will be able to do that, you understand that if those products are characterized as protected designation of origin, we will be very competitive. And now I will go back to the question that you asked Mrs. Papadopoulou. When those people come to our seas and hotels, they should be educated and asked for our own protected products. So it is up for us, in collaboration with the Deputy Governor of Tourism, we should do that. We should train people, ask for tuna valonisos. So it is up to us to do that, and the region of Thessaly is working towards that, and I am sure that tourists will come and ask for our own products. Thank you very much. This is the crème de la crème, the most important, most noble, let's say, vision. But you have been hit by Janusz, Daniel. Now, the animal diseases. Therefore, how did it affect your people and their reflexes, their stamina, their strength, if you wish? And what about the central state? Thank you for that question. As the governor said, we were doubly hit by COVID and Janusz. So the two natural disasters, along irrigation and the animal diseases, the PPR and the smallpox. So in order to be able to tackle those issues and change the production model, this is not only an obstacle for us, this is also an opportunity, because we believe that the answers lie in that opportunity. So the region of Thessaly puts emphasis to research and to the collaboration between state actors, the academia, and enterprises. We have 45 new institutions, that will be given tools. We will do a joint venture with private enterprises. And next month, we will have a new program for 40 million people, 40 million euros, I do apologize, for businesses that will work with natural and agricultural products. So our goal is to support research and innovation. Because as Mr. Podika said earlier, we should change the mentality. In order to do that, the new farmers, the new livestock farmers, should go into this new and digital era. So we have to train them. Who is going to train them? Universities and labor centers. So we should train the farmers to achieve the best possible result with the minimum water and the minimum land. So we invest in our universities, but Mr. Koretas, this governor, is focusing on that sector, and this is why we have introduced all those training programs. We have 192 proposals for the joint ventures and the public-private partnerships. Therefore, this is a tool for us, and we want to see crisis as opportunities in order to change this paradigm shift. Thank you very much, Mr. Tsilas. Thessaly, after all, is the heart of Greece when it comes to the agriculture. What about the farming and the social fabric? Do you believe that you can support it? Because what is left of the farmers right now is still in Thessaly. This is an expression of Mr. Potikas that really impressed me. If we will not keep them, the region of Thessaly will be dead. We'll live from the land. All the professions, or almost all the professions, are based based on the primary sector, on the fishing, on the horticulture and the bees. If that dies, the region of Thessaly will also die. So we have to support it. Not only us as the region, but also the central state. The ministries. So we do not try to help only our people, we're also the link between the social fabric and the central state, the government and the ministries. The recent example of pox, seed and goat pox has made us understand that we should work with the government. We have drafted a program for smallpox that it is a collaboration with the European Commission, with the Ministry and the region of Thessaly, 83 million euros that will be invested in the future of the social fabric of Thessaly. Infrastructure, job creation, 39 million, if memory serves me right, for infrastructure for the region of Thessaly, 22 million for jobs, for new jobs, and also for social care. All that money is planned here in the region of Thessaly, and the ministry accepted it, and the European Commission also accepted and supported us. We try to support the farmers, the social tissue, the social fabric. This is our future.
Welcome. I understand that you have a direct interest and expertise since you are CEO of TIF Helexpo for the challenges of small and medium businesses. Do small and medium businesses in Greece exist? Do they have a future, or we are going to lose actually the small medium class, our medium pillow, let's say, between the big companies and the small class? This is the medium class. This is where all the classes actually touch. Thank you very much for the question. There's a problem with the microphone. First of all, I would like to thank you and also AgriBusiness Forum, who actually takes action to the agribusiness development. So, my relation with Thessaly, since along with the municipality of Larissa and the support of the region, we organize the Thessaly event. So the vice region also participates to exhibitions abroad. We have a very good cooperation. And I would like to verify that people try with a very good product to overcome the difficulties of the agribusiness sector. Listening to the Vice Governor, I would like to let me expand this thought that we have to change the mentality. I think that we have to change the productive model. I think that this productive model cannot go too far. And I want to open a sub-issue in this session. I think that this new model should have 4 pillars. The first is business. Small and medium businesses exist, but we have to reinforce them. We have to support them. We have to support them not only to gain, but we should help them to survive, actually. Let me tell you that in Thessaloniki, the biggest company is at a commercial company, and we have to leave consumption. The second pillar is tourism. Tourism needs a lot of things. It's not a product. It needs accessibility, visibility, security. We don't have accessibility. We don't have infrastructures. For example, in Thessaly business, we don't have a table for the sessions. We don't have the infrastructures we need. We promote summer tourism. What are the conference centers we have? In 2024, exhibitions abroad had 156 billion. So it's something less than the GDP of Greece. We cannot take advantage of it. We have two advantages. The first one is the tourism. And the second one is the primary privilege, the producers, the farmers. So we have to develop a different strategy, the event management, which means actually the management of exhibitions. The third, and I'm going to follow what the vice governor said, I'm not an expert for the agronomy or an academic, and I'm not going to tell something, but we have the primary sector. 80% of red meat is imported. So we import the 50% of salt. We import the 50% of salt, and we produce salt. And we import this. It's unbelievable that agriculture, among us, there are academics and farmers. I'm not an expert, but we have to change the model. We are talking about collaborations, we're talking about programs and all these things. Within what is the tax frame? What is the connection between the tax management and the tax strategy of this green transition? There is no fixed frame. And the fourth pillar is technology. This should be horizontal. This concerns all of us. I know that within the research centers there is an expert job. We cannot see this. There should be a bridge, a connection between the research and the final result. We should take advantage of the special minds we have sent abroad, of our researchers and academics abroad. Before the follow-up and before giving the floor to Mr. Pontikas, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Alexandros Dimitrakopoulos, Mandate Manager of Greece Cyprus and European Investment Fund. I know that in Greece we cannot discuss. So we come up to Balakakis. What are the financial tools we have to help us make this transition and to arrive to the primary sector and to the small, medium businesses? The floor is yours. Thank you very much. Mr. Balakakis and the committee, thank you very much for this. I'm here to sell you fund. Where is the state? We have products or we don't have products. We have an international presence or we don't have enough salt to eat and sell. What do we have to say? Whatever the productive model is, either the European Commission or the collaboration with the ministry or the investment of or anything, with this business plan, a farmer can ask for a greenhouse, for example, or for instruments, or for tools. First of all, there is a special program of the European Bank from where a farmer can take the money for the business plan, and also there are financial consultants who actually can construct a business plan, a special business plan. But the banks should see that after the first 2 years, there will be a financial evolution. So, since there is investment, we offer a product. 8% of guarantee to the loan, which means 130% guarantees of the client, which actually meets the 30%. And since September 1st, we have this product, and there is also a 5% of interest, which actually means that if there is an investment plan, the farmer, as far as the irrigation, the green technology, the green energy, the greenhouse, the farmer can take a loan of 2.2 millions, which this program ends at 31st of December 2025. So we are in communication with the ministry in order to create a new fund where we can put also new factors, such as the support of the academic community. The Greek fund gives support to small and medium companies. Small medium companies in Europe and in Greece is the 98% of companies. 2% is mid-caps. So the majority of programs of the European Bank and the IMF concern small, medium companies, either a combination of these two. Our program has to do not only with the primary sector, but also with alteration. So there is a subsidy if you need to create a factor, for example, for labeling. If the farmer doesn't have the proper education or there is a corrupted, let's say, consultant, this is another issue. So the farmers, the producers should look for the right persons, and we should end with this narrative that nothing happens and nothing new becomes. For example, Cyprus as well has a very serious problem with watering. So we have money, we have the subsidies, and we should look for the right people. I don't have something else to add. I had prepared a lot of things, but this is the end of the world. Nothing changes. I hope that there are people with the right plans, and we offer, and we are going to offer, no matter the future. Among these people, there are also optimum people who actually can make the proceeds companies, and investing to these ideas, we can transform the businesses to and attach them to this business plan in order to elevate the primary sector and with a lower cost. Thank you very much. I would like to return to Mr. Pontikas because the notion of subsidy is vague, is blur. Also, there is the question through the quality of controls and actual quality of production. Let's look for the label into the label into AI for the subsidy. We have investments in order to elevate our company. There is also another point, the functional thing, which is actually the oxygen of the situation. If the farmer, the producer, doesn't have money for all the procedure, they cannot actually take advantage of anything else. All this agricultural section, the companies, the associations, offer this agricultural credit. Up until 90s, credit things became worse, deteriorated. Most of the people who actually have a company don't have the investment background, and they were entrepreneurs, and they tried to sell products. So, as a matter of fact, this comes to up to 1.2 billion. So, when things become worse, subsidies are not paid. So, for example, those who buy don't pay, so there is no money. This is the main problem. This is a great issue. This is a great issue. We pointed out, but what we can do. I have talked about this to another conference. The subsidy issue is very important because, for example, farmers don't approach banks for subsidies. So farmers ask for credits to other institutions than banks. So these create very difficult years. These 2,500, let's say, people who are going to ask this credit are those who actually approach the farmer as well. No matter the effort of the region or the municipality, the deal is between the farmers and the shops. If for example, we're not talking about Poland, that Mr. Grid is comes from. We have a very difficult, serious problem of education, the education of the farmers. Let's go back to 1985, the improvement plan. It was a disaster. At this period of year, the agronomists managed to take some money to improve the situation. This is a collective responsibility. We didn't raise well our farmer, and this mentality will come also to the children and to the next generation of farmers. Mr. Chetlas, I would like your point of view We are listening a lot of things about the subsidies. We had a very special approach of OPKP letters. Where does the subsidy come? We are the optimists, they are the pessimists, I think. We have a very different point of view, to be honest. Thank you for your question. I would like to ask from Mr. Porzakidis. We should be optimists as well, as far as the innovation and the research. We should let the research to come to the primary sector. Let me tell you an example. This is for the new product, the new program we had. This is for a special issue as far as the new resources for the climate change. How can we exploit the ground to make it productive? We have more people, so we have less production. We should make the ground more productive. So we should change the mentality, but we need good crops who actually are resilient to the climate change. We should take care of the technology that actually can support this change. And actually, we should support the academic results for the primary sector. You have talked about academic instruments, academic tools. A few years ago, the last 20 years actually, we have given actually tools, instruments to the farmers, but do they know how to use them? Do you think that they do? Actually, for example, as far as the animal breeders are concerned, they don't use the tools, the instrument givens. Actually, they follow a line of the previous generation. There are people who actually follow the new instructions and took advantage of the new tools and of the technology. We should let the technology be implemented to the farmer and bread production, but actually we should change the mentality. And Mr. Georgopoulos, let me tell you one thing. The alteration program, for example, you have talked about the alteration program, the processing program as well. We can reach the 70% of the total capital we can reach. What I'm worrying about is that if a new farmer, a new breeder, doesn't have a subsidy, could begin a new company, could begin a new business without the capital given. I think that we should be optimistic. And actually, there is optimism, but I think that we lack of will, actually. We should become European producers. We should become European farmers. To be honest, we are not up until now.
Mrs. Antonopoulou, if you wish, give us an example of an effort that was successful when it comes to the openness of the region of Thessaly. About the exhibitions and the forums that we participate, and this is the first effort in order for the region of Thessaly to become more open and to meet new people, to invite them to taste our products. Let me share a recent experience with a trip to Thessaly with high officials of cruise companies that came here to visit Volos, Kathos and Skopelos and asked in order to, to enrich and embellish their trips to also see other destinations in Thessaly apart from Meteora and Pilion. The cruise ships that approach the port of Volos has 3,000 people, 1,000 people working, and we decided that we should send those people all around Thessaly. So they came here, they visited Thessaly, they adored the landscape, but when they left, they said the following: we go around the world and we see wonderful landscapes, but from you, we are taking with us, we will remember forever the taste of this land, the taste of Thessaly. We do not put emphasis on our land. We should believe it ourselves, first and foremost, meaning that we should love Thessaly, first of all, before trying to promote it to other people. Nothing should be considered as a given. Thank you very much. In Crete, we keep listening that the region of Crete announces the new beds. The region of Crete, after a lot of efforts that they have done during the last years, next year it is the gastronomic capital city of Europe. It doesn't mean that the same can happen in Thessaly. They just don't know us yet. In France, I visited France last week. They couldn't tell apart Thessaly from Thessaloniki. People do not know us. They just know Kathos and Meteora, meaning that we try to introduce ourselves, to introduce Thessaly, that Thessaly is the central Greece. That is accessible, is in the middle of Greece, is accessible, it has got an airport, it has got ports. But people don't know about these things, and we have to let them know that we are here. And we are an all-year-round destination. The effort should be done in a coordinated way. People come visit Meteora and people keep complaining 3 million people go to Metera every year. However, people don't stay for more than 1 day. They go visit the monasteries and they just stay for one night. They don't stay for longer. So, on our behalf, around Metera, we should build a new touristic product around this area to combine products to showcase those new areas, to see what is happening and create a new product that should be sold in a very smart way. And we should communicate it. Mr. Dimitrakopoulos, two last things on my behalf. So during COVID, a new group of new farmers came up. They went to the universities and then they came back to the farms. We've met them very often, especially in Europe. Next week in Milan, there is a conference of FI Campus that analyzes how those financial tools have helped not only Greece but also the other areas of Europe. Those conferences have a huge participation of new farmers. So, as Mr. Pontika said, is the lack of capital, the lack of... This is what allows farmers to move forward to the next stage. However, entrepreneurship is also something that is lacking, because farmers should live the tradition and become entrepreneurs. They should start thinking out of the box, and the new generation, the new entrepreneurs, the new farmers should opt for that model. If we will manage to do that, we will be successful. The funds are enough. We have financial tools, we have financial products. Now we should change the mentality. Thank you very much. Mr. Pontikas, something last. A last question. Do you believe that there is a productive model in Greece? And I'm talking about a single productive model, because the productive model in poultry might be different compared to the greenhouse and compared to the crops. Do you believe that it is something that it is realistic? Allow me to mention the example of Spain. Spain has got a region, Almeria. Almeria has rain only 5 days per year. So when in 1970 the refugees came from Morocco to Spain, central Spain did not want those people, and Almeria said, keep them down there. Then Almeria did 600,000 greenhouses in order to retain the cheap workers. And it was then that the first agricultural bank was established, and it is still a model of an agricultural bank all around Europe. So this was a productive model. Do we have such a productive model here in Greece? I'm afraid that there are fragmented efforts, because first and foremost, I am a person who always says the glass half empty, not half full. So everyone, all the governments know the challenges and the problems. And first of all, we should set a goal. How do you want Greek agriculture to be 10 years later? This is something that has never happened. Climate change is also here. I was chatting with my wife and I talked to her, do you know when we first mentioned climate change? We were planning hybrid seeds for the future in the beginning of the 90s. So This did not come as a surprise. We were all prepared for climate change. We knew that this is happening. So there are very good examples, some entrepreneurs that have an entrepreneurial background. There are some collective actions that also try to do the same thing. I'm sure that you have also in Thessaly, this is a good example, but we shouldn't stick to that unique single case, because a lot of politicians use those good examples as a photo opportunity. Greece is transitioning very slow. I started in 1990, and back then we had 1,200,000 farmers. I think nowadays we have half of them. So during those 40 years, the growth is slow. In most countries, they have few people as farmers. They have fewer farmers and more products. Greece has another problem. When the population is located in the big cities, there are not a lot of people in the regions. I cannot imagine Thessaly without farmers, only some funds. This is not a good model for Greece. We should put emphasis on the people that work on the primary sector. In Spain, when I went in 1990, all the people were working in the fields on GMOs. If you want to bring about results, you should work together with other stakeholders. The moderator is off the mic.
Technology, as far as the education as well as for the next panels is concerned. We have a very beautiful picture, but there is resistance. Now, you have the chance to ask any questions. We have also as well questions. There is a microphone. You can introduce yourself as well. You begin. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. I'm Fotis Labrinidis. There is a problem with the microphone. I've heard with a lot of pleasure what you said. You asked questions and you made very serious remarks. There is a problem with the microphone. Each one of you with a very special way. The first speaker, Mr. Pondikas, said that we have to decide what is the primary sector we want in Greece, and if we want it. Before we just take each case separately. Since 1960s, the remarks are the same. Data are the same. However, nowadays, let me ask you if the primary sector can be a national goal for all of us, which will overcome the political differences and actually the differences between the parties, and this will be a national goal. this needs very important decision as far as the institutional frame is concerned. If we are talking about the evolution of primary sector in Greece, before the primary sector, we have to talk about the redistribution of the resources for the primary sector. This is a proposal. Could you ask the question, please? So, talking about the primary sector, can we make serious investments? And can we say that the primary sector for Greece can be reinforced as a national goal? Wait a minute, please. There is also the rest of the whole, and we can just keep a row. The second and the third question as well. Hello, my name is Gavaios Ganis. I'm from Central Greece. Very important and very interesting all the points of views. I would like to point out as the Vice Governor of Tourist, who actually talked about the exhibitions abroad, our region as well should face this, should deal with this problem. We are offered only a 4-day trip. Talking about my own region of central Greece, so the money invested each year, we could bring experts in our country to hospitalize them for 5 to 10 days. And this is Japan in 1810, which made it first. So we could hospitalize experts here in Greece. I have a winery in Greece, and the things are completely difficult, extremely difficult. I don't want the state, to be honest. This is a damage for me. If these years we didn't make it, actually, to be honest, I don't have a lot of hope that we're going to make it for the next years. We should do something immediately. You should something immediately, the regions and the state as well. We have optimum products. And I am going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. Are you going to give your daughter as a bride to a breed feeder? No. You would prefer a lawyer, even if the breed feeder is educated enough. So we should do something very quickly. We should change our mentality. Unfortunately, Mr. Gaius made a proposal as well, and it wasn't a question, but may I ask you 2 questions? I'm Alexandros Papazousis. I'm the president of Agriculture Department, and we help for the organization of this forum, and at 16:30 I participate in a panel as well. So, what is the minimum amount that the Bank of Investment gives, and what is the most simple actually frame that the bank could subsidize? And also, Mrs. Vice Governor of Tourism. The airport, for example, of Skiathos, which actually works with charter. The other airport of Anchialos, which is a small airport in the middle of nowhere. If your flight is cancelled, you have nowhere to sleep, and you have no way out. So the region has any thoughts in reopening, actually, the airport of Larissa, which is very close to the city and actually can be open the whole year. And how also with the food, the crops that can export the whole year round. And it's in the middle of Thessaly and very close to Katerini, even to Lamia. You know, from Katerini to go to Mikra, two regions, is the same distance for the people to come to Larissa. And also, Mr. Pondikas, why are you against funds? Let me talk about investment shapes, actually, and not funds. Do you know that Greece has 7 million of hectares that are neglected, that are unused? Actually, unused olive trees lands. So, from Cyprus, they rented 3,000 hectares that became productive at the end. So, just let me tell you to answer the three last questions, which actually were questions, and then we're going to talk about the previous proposals. As far as the exhibitions, I don't know what happened to the central Greece, but here in Thessaly, in the exhibitions, we have a very important field, a lot of work. We begin usually 2 months ago, and we inform all the associations and all the chambers. So before the exhibition, we make a profile of the region with our aims, with our goals. So we have 150 meetings with tour operators, companies, or influencers, visitors. So all the professionals who actually are informed and want to follow come with us. For the other meetings are made by me and my team. I'm very happy when professionals come with me. Within these expeditions, we have direct deals, direct cooperations. We open new ways for many regions that were unknown up until now, for wineries, for companies. There is a great interest as far as the wineries of Thessaly is concerned. So at the end of this exhibition, we make conclusions, actually. And these conclusions are sent to the chambers and to the professionals. And from these conclusions, all the professionals who actually want to connect and to communicate with us can do this. So it's a great work with great results. In this exhibition, for example, we had an exhibition 2 weeks ago. It was a result, a cooperation result of Posidonia in Crete, I'm sorry. So we have already deals for 2026 for cruises. So I think it's a great venture and with great results for the region. It's not that simple as you describe it. If I had to go for a small trip in these countries, I couldn't do that. Can you hear me? Let me start from scratch. We have 2 institutes, the European Investment Bank. We are talking about loans, and the European Investment Fund, 0 to 15,000 euros is the micro fund of Greece, of Europe, and we have also 15 million with 50% of participation is the European Bank of Participation, which is for a great project. So for now, we're talking up to 15,000 and from 15,000 with 1.2% with the European Fund of Investments. Of course, I'm not against funds. You can understand that we need money, and of course, I give you the tip. In a very slowly evolved Greece, at the same period, R&D companies became more because we need more money to create more products. So this reason, can you understand that I'm not against funds? But in order to have funds, we have to a cooperation between the healthy, let's say, funds, healthy associations, so you can take all this information I'm talking about from ChatGPT as well. It's pretty simple. So we need to emerge. We need to emerge as a social community. We should implicate actually what I'm talking about, the healthy part of the farmer society. I'm not against the funds as well, but would you like? Yes, I would like to make a follow-up of with the discussion with Mr. Ganis. Exactly as happened at the touristic expeditions and with Helexpo as well, we are collaborating with. There was a mechanism of being extrovert, and we reinforced this. So we had the decision to make more trips, to meet greater companies, to meet greater markets. It's not just like holidays. Can you believe me that? You should know that the region of Macedonia has a very large amount of investment. So we took this and we evolved this. Trust me, we have a great feedback in this situation. We asked them, what did you do there? Did you make any deals? Did you make any deals? Of course, it's not completed because we need education to change the mentality. We had also a questionnaire on what we could do the next time. 80%, along with the chambers, participated in this. So a small or medium company which actually wants to participate in an expedition takes the 80% of the cost of this participation, so it's affordable. So trust me, it's very important. We could say that we're not going to do anything, we're not going to support our region. We should support our companies. Actually, it's the small and medium businesses which actually need us, because the big companies can afford this cost on their own. So we're going to continue with this. We have a great feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have another question as well.
One last question, if I may, please. The moderator is off the mic. We do apologize.
Απλά εγώ τώρα είμαι στη μέση.
Νομίζω ότι θα πρέπει, ναι. Ωραία. Όχι, έχετε δίκιο σε αυτό, ναι. Απλώς εγώ ήθελα λιγάκι πριν να δώσω τον λόγο. Πέστε μας την ερώτηση.
Can I ask a question? My name is Lampros Konstantinos. I'm the president of the Association of Agronomists in Magnesia. One of my closest persons in 2005 started as a livestock farmer. He invested a lot of money with 300 animals slaughtered each year, cattle, a Greek race. He wanted to sell the meat and process the meat and sell it by himself. After having paid back the capital, he produced 100 tons of Greek red meat, bovine meat of excellent quality. He was also producing meat with all three fats, with specific animal feed, and then he wanted to process, package, and sell it. After having paid back the initial capital, COVID came, Daniel came, Elias, and the increase in cost of animal feed. That close person of mine came to me and asked me, what are we going to do? The situation is not good. I sell the meat 5, now 7 euros per kilo, and in the shelf it's sold as 17. How is it possible for me, a young person, to work 24/7 around the clock to produce value, actual value, because 80% of the meat comes imported in Greece? To be there every day without any holidays, to try and find workers, and the services that sell it make 10 euros and I can make only 7 euros. He told me this is not viable, this is not sustainable. In the end, he closed down his business, he sold his capital, he sold everything. He bought real estate, small apartments in the city of Volos. He rented the logistics, he rented his stall, and now he's making a lot of money without working, actually. So the livestock breeder was fighting in order to produce value for the country, and the country is sending him towards services. Before the increase of the prices, he started to sell real estate. What would be your advice to that person? I cannot give any good advice because I am the president of the agronomists. We haven't managed to keep that person to the sector. The state turned him away from the livestock breeding. He is selling now services. He is an Airbnb provider. Thank you very much. He is a service provider, yes, which is not synonymous to growth. This was discussed a lot in AgriBusiness Athens, and Mr. Garnes gave a similar example. When red pepper is sold by the farmer 45 cents, and it is sold in the supermarkets at 5 euros per piece. This is the effort of a person to start an enterprise in this very difficult sector. This is why I have discussed the need for associations and collaborations. We operate in a free market, and ideally, in that market, we should have mechanisms that control the prices, so to say. The more the intermediators, the more difficult it is for the farmer. And the consumer should also be taken into consideration because they also buy expensive. Yes, if he found a better destination real estate, why not? Since the other is about effort or about a collective, collaborative action when it comes to farmers association or farmers groups in order for that product to have a better price in the market. The individual effort is not the best possible solution nowadays in Greece. We all understand it. Hello to everyone, to all the panelists. My name is Apostolos Plinis. I am a farmer, and I am also part of the regional council. I'm a member of the regional council. To Mr. Pondikas, could you tell us how the financial policy of your companies is decided when it comes to the different prices for each country, for each market? You mentioned in the beginning the cost of production. The cost of production for agricultural businesses are taking the costs into consideration. Nowadays, all farmers are entrepreneurs, are businessmen, since the figures are very harsh. The financial, or rather, the mentality of farmers has changed to those people that solely base their income on agriculture. Most of them are university graduates, and the older generation now is going towards retirement. So you will have to face farmers as businesses and not as older farmers. Are you ready as companies to face farmers as entrepreneurs and not as freelancers, so to say, as old-type farmers? This is 2025. When it comes to the supplies, the price of supplies in this globalized world, where everyone is doing whatever they want, I just want to share the reality. We have products that are illegal. I'm not talking about illegal products. Right now, the pricing policy of each company is decided with specific factors. We have to make profit. We don't want to be like the livestock breeder. We have companies that give 1 year credit. There are companies in the sector that close down. Who is giving money to the farmer? Are you going to the bank? No, you will come to us. We give you money. We allow you to have cash, and you keep forgetting. And when you find new, cheaper products, you pay those people in cash. And my question was clear about the same product, the same license by the company. Please allow me to finish. So in Greece, there are more expensive plant protection products and cheaper ones. During the last years, Greece is selling to Mediterranean countries with more than 20% of the volume that is marketed here, because they are exports. The European Union allows you, Mr. Yannis Balakakis, allows you to take a license and sell and import plant protection products from Bulgaria that are cheaper there. There are now 40 or 50 companies that sell pesticide plant protection products. I have mentioned the pricing policy for the same product. We're talking about legal products. The same product have different prices in Bulgaria and France and Greece. This is not the case only in our products. Each country, we have different products with different prices. Even financial instruments, loans, they have different interest rates in each country. In Greece, I have 150 people working for me. I have to pay their salaries, I have to train them, I have to respect the people that work for me. So each company, your company, also should see the expenses, should see the costs and the profits that they want in order to have to live for the second day. Thank you very much. Is that clear for you? You shouldn't compare different things. And the second question, someone mentioned the university. Do you believe that universities and research, that research is disseminated from the academia towards the farmer, or is it done selectively? There is a panel tomorrow at 4 o'clock, so maybe it would be better for you to go to that session. I think that there is room for improvement, of course, but there are better people to answer the question. I will answer that question shortly. In my opinion, the academia is producing a lot of results. There is a difficulty, however, when it comes to openness and to the dissemination of those results to the wider public. Lately, we try to change how things are done, and we believe that open is to collaborate with Chinese universities, but my personal opinion is that we should first of all try to have better contact with Greek farmers. I would try to have more contact with young farmers, and on a second level to go abroad and collaborate with other countries. Mr. Mouzikidis, kindly conclude this panel by mentioning the openness and innovation, because in my opinion, those two concepts will come after us. Thank you very much. So by concluding this session, I will try to change the balance in this panel. So if we want to change things, we have to remain realists. There are financial tools, there are financial problems. We need structural changes, and we should see them in a clear view with a clear mind and go towards the future. So openness, first and foremost. I agree with the governor. Exhibitions cannot help you sail. Exhibitions allows you to do some contacts, open new markets for the future. It is very important because this is something that is missing, and human contact is also missing. So openness, innovation are the two elements that will help the region of Thessaly and Greece to open a window to the future. Thank you very much, Mrs. Kavga and me, Mrs. Adamopoulos, Mr. Terfilas, Mr. Dimitrakopoulos, Mr. Kozlikidis and Mr. Pontikas.